Okay, so this comment says, can you please explain what you mean by God being a gentleman? Most people refer to God as him, and I don't understand that when I thought that they are androgynous. So I think the first thing that we have to understand is that all of our qualities as human beings, whether we consider them male or female, come from God. All of the good qualities, anyway. So for example, the nurturing side of a mother, that comes from God. The masculine side of the defender and protector, that comes from God too. And we tend to want to put these labels on him and put him in this box and make him conform to what makes sense to our brains, and you just can't. You just can't. He's too big for that. So we refer to him as him because that is what the Bible refers to him as. But that doesn't mean that he can't be just as warm and comforting and nurturing as a mother could, because he is all things good. Now, about the part about him being a gentleman. What I mean by that is when you think about the characteristics of what you would consider to be a gentleman is someone who respects other people's boundaries. A gentleman is someone who never forces what they want onto another person. And so when you think about God being a gentleman, what it means is that he's a respecter of your boundaries. And what that means is that if you don't want God in your life, he's not going to force himself on you. Or let's say that you do want him in your life, but you say, you know what, God, you can be in my life, but you cannot force me to forgive this person. He's not going to force you. He respects the boundaries that you set, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't know better for you. He loves you and wants the best for you, and it's up to us to allow him to do that work because he won't force us. Because he's a gentleman, we have to allow him to come into our hearts and to refine us and purify us. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense for you. And if you're wanting to deepen your relationship with God and you just don't know how to get there, you can always check out my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless: How to Ditch the Rules of Religion and Discover Unrestricted Freedom. It's available on Amazon, or you can get signed copies from my website.